Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Film Freaks.
A show for film fun and all things entertainment.
I'm Jessica Lan.
And I am Avi Flores.
And today we're going to be discussing The Accountant,
Yes, the accountant.
or how I like to call it, The Batman versus The Punisher.
Yes, Batman and Punisher were both in this film.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. The accountant, of course, starring the amazing man himself.
Ben Affleck.
Right on, and it was directed by
O'Connor.
Yeah, Mr. O'Connor. So this movie was solid, man. Like, I literally had to sit and think deeply about what I did not like about this film. Because just watching it, I'm like, this is a perfect movie.
Yeah, it was. Like, we walked out and I was like, man, we just spent like 5-10 minutes just talking about how awesome this movie was.
Right
and then
on.
we had to think back. It was like, okay, wait, hold on. Let's backtrack a little bit here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And to me, like, anybody says that Ben Affleck can't act, I mean, that's already like, but you watch this movie and it's like, really, like, go sit down somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, this movie was great. I love how they've compared it to Jason Bourne and
The Unusual Suspects.
and The Unusual Suspects. I get the feel. Like, I had to think about that a little bit, but I totally see what they're getting. I love this character, like how quirky and awkward, and they show him as a little kid having all these, I don't know, autism issues. I think that's what it was.
Autism. He's a high functioning autistic.
Yeah, they show him as a kid, and then I love that the little the hand thing. It was just awesome. But then you see him as an adult growing, and how everything is, how he has everything super planned out. So to me, it kind of like having those, I guess, mannerisms with the autism. It kind of totally makes sense. Being this kind of having this alter ego because you're so precise, like you do things a certain way every single time, which can lead you to be getting caught, but at the same time, like, he covers his tracks so well. But I love this character. I thought it was fantastic.
I love how they introduced him, where he's sitting in the office, and just in case, spoiler alert, obviously.
Right, it's a review.
So, he's sitting in the office, and there's this couple, and he's just so serious, and they're telling him about his problems, about their financial problems, and then he's like, they're talking about, at first I thought he was being a douchebag, and she was like, I make little things, and he's like, did you sell it, or where do you sell it at? Oh, at the local church, how many jewelry have you sold? Oh, just a couple, and it sounds like, it was like, well, according to the blah, 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 this is, did you make it at home? Well, that's your office. So I felt like he was trying to screw them over.
The company truck.
Right, the company truck. And it turns out that what he was really doing was kind of, finding loopholes to help the family. I was like, oh, that's well, how big is this space?
Yeah.
And they were like, no. It was it was like, I thought that was great. Where he was, he has his issues, his social, he's antisocial. He has a lot of social anxiety or whatever the case may be that causes him to be that awkward.
Right.
But then at the same time, he's learned how to kind of channel that and kind of be and is able to speak with people, which I thought was great.
Yeah. There was so many moments where I was just cracking up, which I know some of them were meant to be. And then other moments I was just cracking up because how he is and how like he interacts with people, just cracking up, and I like the whole
extreme awkwardness.
Yeah, the whole office scene, and when you see like how his mind processes things and he's writing everything on the wall and just how great his memory works, and then the mathematics of everything, and just being able to process all that information, I thought was fantastic. And then watching him in action, like Ben Affleck's already a freaking monster, like he's a beast. And seeing him just kick butt, like, and knowing that it's like this autistic, a guy with autism, like, I was like, this is freaking amazing. It was so good. The action was great.
I have to say that my favorite part of the whole movie, I think we both can agree to this, was the scene where Anna Kendrick was really liking him.
Yeah.
And she reaches over for the kiss.
Yeah.
And like his face expression, he was just like.
Yeah, like that was perfection, because that's exactly how a guy like that would be in that position. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. He's never been in that position. And to me, like, his character is summed up with that one line in that same, when they're in the hotel, where he says, like, I want to, like, interact with people, but he just doesn't know how. Like, and that to me was, like, the essence of who he is. And then the review at the end where his brother, like they show his brother in a lot of the flashbacks, and I was so caught up in the story, like I wasn't even like thinking about that. So then when they show that, like when he's saying that the nursery rhyme over and over, and his brother like realizes it, I'm like, oh damn. And then he go out and like there's his brother, and they're like kicking the crap out of each other, and then at the end they're like, you know, like see you next week kind of thing. Like we missed each other. This was good.
No, I didn't do the part where they're having their one-on-one time,
Yeah.
and the dude comes out. He's like, "What the hell am I paying you for? Like, you should be killing the accountant."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hold on." So what you were saying? I was like,
Yeah,
what?
this character is
He just-
awesome.
You just killed the dude. Like, I mean, obviously that isn't his job, but
Right.
he's like carefree of the world. So see you next week.
Yeah, I totally enjoyed this film. I mean, there was a couple things, like I said, that I really had to sit down and think about, just certain motives of why why he was trying to kill, like his brother was trying to kill him, the accountant, and why they tried to wipe everybody out and all that. Like, there's certain little things that I was like, I wish they would have kind of explained a little more, but then at the same time, it's like I really didn't need it because I was just enjoying the film so much. So it was like very minor things. And one thing that I did not catch at the end that he brought up to me.
Oh yeah, the scene where the whole time in the movie he has somebody calling him, which is his
Right.
his not his boss, but the person that gets him the contracts
Yeah.
and helps him out, and you can hear the robotic voice. And I
Right.
was curious though how the whole movie, why is it robotic?
Yeah.
Are they trying to hide something? And it turns out that the girl that at the very beginning of the movie, the autistic girl,
The puzzle piece.
that gives them the puzzle piece is actually an extremely brilliant
Yeah.
technological like person,
Yeah.
and the reason why he was able to do and get all these kinds of information was because she was behind all of it.
Yeah, and that computer, like he gave it to her, and she does everything. And I
Right.
totally missed it. Even when she, like, because obviously they showed that at the end, probably to let you know, like, make the connection, and I didn't. When she was like, let's chat, and I did not connect the voice at all. Like, that totally flew over my head, and Jay brought it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's awesome.
And then because the family goes into the autistic home that Ben Affleck's character was originally going to attend, but the father didn't want him to be at that place, so they go back to it at the very end, and this is a completely different family. Takes their kid there, and he sees the girl, and they kind of have this like little moment, and the parents and the instructor or the person
Yeah.
that runs the place let them have their time, and she goes up to the computer and she starts typing, and the computer replies in response for her voice, and it's the exact same voice. But then they walk outside and are talking back and forth, and the father of that kid is a computer genius
Yeah.
or some kind of computer whiz.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, you can hack the Pentagon. It's like, boom, right there it is. It's
Yeah.
like that's who the girl is.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I guess it's a solid movie overall. Completely loved it. So getting into the ratings, man, I want to be like over zealous for this movie, but I have to tame myself down because, yeah. But I mean, story wise, I'm gonna give it a 3. Not the one because we 1 out of 5 for story, visuals, and performance. So I'm gonna give it a 3 because it was solid. It was good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Didn't think it was super original, you know, because we've seen a lot of this, you know, cops and super spy person. Like we've seen a lot of it, and that's why I give it a 3. Even it was very well done though and executed. I really enjoyed it.
I give it a 4, story wise.
Okay.
I give it a little more because the reveal of the girl at the end of the movie. But then, like, even though I was being hypercritical of the film as I was watching it and trying to discover, because I tend to do that, like try to figure things out before the end. And I kind of knew about the brother, but I wasn't 100% sure, and it still caught me off guard.
They did a good job with that.
Of hiding it. So even with that, just those two elements, I tend to like know the movie, the end of a film within the first 15 minutes of the movie. I already know how the movie's gonna end for the most part. So the fact that it was pretty well hidden, I just bump it up a little more than the average 3, so 4 for me.
Right on. So next we'll get into the visuals. I mean, it pretty straightforward with the visuals. Like it was not a very like special effects kind of driven thing. It was pretty, like I said, pretty straightforward with the locations. The choreography was great. Like I thought the fight scenes were great. I'm gonna give it a 4 because it was super solid. Yeah, like I said, nothing over the top, but I mean, just straightforward, straight to the point, and it was good.
Yeah, same here. I give it a 4. I mean, again, just nothing visually like cinematography or special effects wise. I mean, the sequences were great. The cinematography aspects of how the shots were and the colors and all that stuff. I mean, expect to be great all the time in Hollywood. So, I give it a 4.
Yeah, and absolutely, the highlight to me is the performances. 5 out of 5 for me. Ben Affleck really shined to me, like in this being this autistic person / like spy super cop, kind of like I'm gonna kick your butt assassin. Like he was fantastic in that role. I love the dorky Anna Kendrick. Like I didn't even realize that this was the same girl from Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates or whatever. Which she's like a completely different character in that. Like again, like the performances are great, and J.K. Simmons, like who's not gonna love this guy?
Academy Award winning J.K. Of course, right?
He's amazing. Even the black girl, which I don't know her name, she did a fantastic.
I forget her name too. Amanda Waller from the CW, Arrow, and the Flash.
Right.
So
she did a fantastic job overall. Like, yeah, we didn't even mention them, but they were great too. Like just the performances across the board in this movie were outstanding, and I absolutely loved it. 5 out of 5, it very much deserved. So overall, out of 15, which 15 being a perfect film, so I'm giving it 12 out of 15, which is pretty solid. I mean, if you get good all the way, which is 3s across, is 9, and this is definitely a couple steps better than a good movie. So 12 out of 15 for me.
I give it a 13 out of the 15, which to me is definitely much better than the average movie, just by a point more than Avi.
Right. So we completely loved it. Like I said, damn near a perfect film. So please go out there. This movie made about 25 grand first opening weekend, 25 million grand, geez, which is not justice. This movie is too good. So I think the production budget was like in the 60s. Or 88, 60 to 80, something around there. So let's push it. I want this movie to make some money. Like it deserves it. So get out there and go watch it, guys.
And don't forget to comment, like, and share.
That's right. Peace, guys. Thanks for watching.
Take care.
Well, hey, film freaks, if you guys enjoyed watching our video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe.
And go ahead and check out some of our other videos. Do it now.
What's the matter with you? Do it now.
Do it.
It's not a tumor.